What's going on, guys? It's Colin here for NextGenTactics, and it feels like a while since I've just sat down and talked to you guys, rather than doing sort of the Learning to Fly series. But anyway, this is a quick game of Conquest on Eureka Harbor on the PC, and that I'm not here to talk about the gameplay. I'm here to talk about new information about Battlefield 3 that was released during the course of Gamescom. And the source information I'm using is a summary of the Q&A sessions with the developers. I'll include a link in the description, courtesy of our good friends at Battlefieldo. I kind of stumbled on that one. I apologize. And you will notice that I'm using the noob tube quite a bit in this game. That's for a couple of reasons. One, the other team really loved their explosives in a previous round. And two, they like to hide out in buildings. And when they like to hide in buildings, I like to blow up those buildings. So 40mm grenades are really good in that situation. And I find that they have a pretty good blast radius in Battlefield Bad Company 2. They're not too overpowered. Unless you equip the explosive upgrade, then they're better. But I never use that. So anyway, I just thought I'd put this gameplay up. And show the initial push here. We take C and B, and it's pretty much academic from there. So let's talk about the information on Battlefield 3. Some of it's more important than others, but I'm just going down through the list. So at launch, the game will not have split-screen co-op. Now, as part of the EA press conference, they actually showed the co-op gameplay on the PS3, but that will not be available split screen at launch because of limitations on the resources. They are working towards implementing the Comm rows. And so a lot of people asked, implementing the Comm rows on consoles, but probably won't be there at launch. Now, some of you asked on my previous video, what's the Comm rows? And today, on Bad Company 2, if that's the game you're most familiar with, it's the most recent one, if you press the spot button, then you spot an enemy. Well, and also in Bad Company 2, if you point your reticle at a medic on your team and you spot him, it says, give me health. If you point it at an assault guy, press spot, give me ammo. You point it at a vehicle, it says, need a pickup, need a ride, whatever. And people do that all the time. You can point at positions, it says, attack this position, etc., etc. The issue is that I don't think a whole lot of people pay attention to it. But in previous Battlefield games, you had the ability to press the socialize button, the Q button, or whatever, and then you can pick from a menu of things to say. So it's my opinion. Flame away if you want. But if people actually used the context-based system as it was designed in Bad Company 2, then there wouldn't really be a need for the full Comm rows. When you use it, you have to kind of scroll through the options. You get adept at it, but I find it slows things down. And I think that it's a step backwards, personally. But, it's not too bad. And so anyway, they're looking to implement, it's going to be implemented on PC, and it's called the Comma rows. Comma is for command, and rows because when you open up the menu, it kind of looks like a flower. There's a big circle in the middle that's your spot function, and then there's commands sort of bloomed out to either side, however you want to look at it, but that's what the Comma rows is. And so anyway, that's not going to be on console likely at launch, but they are working on bringing it in there. I hope personally it's an option I can turn off and use the context-based system, but that's just my personal preference. Anyway, unlimited sprint, like in Bad Company 2, but in addition to sprinting, you can also strafe while sprinting, and that is, if you haven't experienced that before, that's really cool. I don't know how everyone's going to feel about that, but you can strafe and sprint at the same time, as opposed to just running in a straight line. And you can turn while you run, but you have to turn with your mouse or your right analog stick so that you look in a different direction and run. You have full range of movement while sprinting, whether that's forward or left and right. So they've confirmed 9 multiplayer maps. For now, we know about Operation Metro and obviously Caspian Border, which is the new 5-flag conquest map that they displayed with 64-player multiplayer, all the jets, vehicles. Looks awesome. You will be able to customize your dog tags. That will be available to you once you reach a certain level in the game. There will be a hardcore mode, which is pretty much a staple nowadays. I also have to credit my buddy Stoneface Locke for some of this information. He did a similar commentary. I'm a little bit late to the party. I've been busy. But anyway, so, if you're used to hardcore mode, there will be a core mode and a hardcore mode. There will also be an infantry-only mode, which is really good. I mean, if you want to hop in there, I think that part of the intimidation factor of people picking up Battlefield 3 is going to be the vehicles, being adept at vehicles. If you have the ability to at least kind of get your feet wet a little bit with some team deathmatch and maybe some infantry-only conquest and rush before you graduate into the full-blown experience, then I think that that'll help some people out. In normal mode, there will be a kill cam. Don't know how it'll play out. Probably be something like Bad Company 2, I would suspect, but it will be there. Jets will act as a spawn point in Conquest, so you can spawn in a jet, and they'll be able to fly. The jets will be able to fly really high in Battlefield 3, but you lose control the higher you go. That's like Battlefield 2. Now, jets will have a limited number of rockets, so they're going to have to go back and resupply at a runway or whatever the case is. But anyway, that's a good thing. So jets won't be able to go up there and just continue to rip you apart without having to resupply. I like that touch. And in Conquest, your flags will have a name and a letter, so it won't just be A, B, C, D, E. You know, you can get to know the callouts for the flags, and that's not new. I mean, I remember seeing it in it's been in previous Battlefield titles. It just wasn't in Bad Company 2. So you know, we kind of made up callouts for the flags, but they'll actually have a name, so you can all refer to them by the same name if you forget the letter. And there will be deployable 60mm mortars in the game. There's also a multiplayer fact sheet. That confirms everything that's been shown to date. It's not final, so I'm not really going to go over that too much, but I will include a link to the fact sheet in the description. There will be no land support at release for Battlefield 3, and there may never be, and that is being listed as an anti-cheat measure. So, some more information. There will be an A-10 available in multiplayer. The AH-6J Little Bird is going to be available in multiplayer. There will be no automatic hovering on the helicopters. It's going to have more of a Battlefield 2 feel. You're not going to auto-stabilize and hover. You're going to have to constantly be in control of the helicopter in order to keep it steady. And there will be a stationary carrier on Wake Island. and one of the facts that they put in the summary session of the Q&A is that working at DICE right now makes it hard to have a girlfriend, which I can totally see that. If you're in the midst of working on a game, then you're going to be crazy busy. So anyway, some of the other keys that are a big deal, and I'm kind of skipping through right now, but TDM, Team Deathmatch, is going to be on all 9 announced maps. It will be a maximum of 12v12 in TDM, so you're not going to be able to go above a 24-player TDM, but that's also going to be present on the consoles as well. And you're going to have the same classes and customization with TDM as you do in the other game modes. So the other big thing that has been announced is actually there's going to be a server browser on the consoles, which is fantastic. That's going to give console players the ability to go in, choose the map, the mode, check out their ping, hopefully, see how many players are on the map. That's going to be really neat. And so yeah, that's about it for the important stuff. The 24-player maps for consoles are being scaled down. I think the number was like around 75%, but yeah, I don't have the final factor on that. We don't have any new information about a battle recorder, unfortunately, but hopefully some of the rumors that we've seen lately are true, and that yeah, we're gonna have like a theater mode / battle recorder. That would be absolutely fantastic. So anyway, that's about it for the important stuff, and I sort of threw some of the less important stuff in there while I was not running out of time on my commentary. But again, the link to these websites with this information will be in the description, as well as my channel, if you want to check out the live commentary version of this. It was pretty funny. So anyway, guys, that's about it for me. Cheers. We'll talk soon. And oh, one other thing is that split screen on console is not possible at all due to hardware limits. So there you go. And I don't know how you'd play split screen on the PC. So perhaps no split screen. Sorry, guys. I'll sign off again. I'll be talking to you later.
Did you like this video? If you did, check out a couple of these here at the top on NextGenTactics. We have a Zombies live stream with Spider-Bite, Hypermole, Meatwagon, and myself discussing what is going to come of zombies in the future on Call of Duty, as well as multiple guest appearances from who is listed. On NGT Zombies, we have ZM Survival with Spider-Bite, Hypermole, Meatwagon, and myself, seeing how far we can get. And on the bottom, on the gun shop, Guns is smoking a Cuban this time, telling us about his new Gamers Abroad series to LA. Guys, be sure to click the corresponding thumbnails to watch the video.